I'm very pleased to be interviewing Ned Greenberg, formerly VP Research, the Weather Channel. Ned, thank you so much for your time today.
Thanks. Thanks for asking me in.
Well, let's start with your background. How did you get to where you are in research?
Yeah, well, most recently I've been at the Weather Channel there for 13 years, working with cable and online, especially addressing some issues of trying to prove vibrancy of the audience, and that it's an audience that actually sees and remembers ads. So it's been pretty interesting. Prior to that, with NBC Cable, specifically CNBC, MSNBC, and the international news information channels, they're basically proving that there was a very strong audience component that went beyond just stockbrokers with regard to CNBC, and actually getting MSNBC launched and off the ground. And showing that there's actually a legitimate audience outside the home, outside, and actually even outside the office for a CNBC and an MSNBC. So good stuff. Prior to that, again, good big brands, all of these, all actually with interesting, I guess, audience issues in terms of proving to advertisers that they're quite valuable. So prior to NBC Cable, Entertainment Television, E-Entertainment Television, they're really from launch. And one of the big jobs there was to get that channel on a meter at first, and secondly to prove that actually non-entertainment advertisers could work on the channel and be effective. And then the leap into cable was really at MTV Networks, and great brands, MTV, Nick brought Nick on board for ad sales with regard to research, and VH1, etc. The big challenge there was proving to Nielsen, if nothing else, that they were undercounting young audiences dramatically, and secondly that these were audiences that very much impacted generations of kids, teens, young adults, and so massive influence beyond just people who see content.
So Ned, you were in cable in the early days. How would you say that cable has evolved over the years?
I think the content has moved from reruns and the networks being used as substitutes for broadcast way to a place where original content's being provided, and good close accountability, and I think basically a better value than broadcast. I think that we've got moved to a place where the metrics are much tighter, and I think the innovation is moving forward now at lightning speed with set-top box, with the engagement work, targetability work. So it has really moved, and very exciting.
What would you say the future is for broadcast in this more competitive environment?
I think broadcast is actually moved into its next stage. I think it has late adopters that have remained there. It's getting exposure to heavy television users still, but I think ultimately the networks are going to be used to promote their cable and other platforms more and more. They'll become more and more promotion vehicles, places to expose their new product, if you will, and be able to sustain it on a cable network.